Hi, and welcome to the third episode of With Misfits. I'm Kelly, your host.
And I am Nishi, your co-host.
Right, so today we're going to talk about Nishi's journey. Well, it's technically more than Nishi's journey. Today we're going to talk about being assertive. So before we dive into the storytelling, let's just define what being assertive means. So in just layman's sense, in a very non-technical way, being assertive is just being confident with yourself, with the decisions you make. And even though you're confident and able to say no to things that you do not want to do, or you want to stand up for yourself, you do it in a very calm, in a very respectful manner. It is some people tend to confuse assertive with aggressive, and they're two different things. When it's aggressive, you're not respectful. That's it. And when you're assertive, you do the things that aggressive people probably do, but you are very respectful to the other person.
True.
You stand up for what you want, but you also stand up for what other people want and what is right for other people. And I think bottom line is you're just not confused. You're confident with yourself and you're confident in things you believe in. And that is what being assertive is. So now let's move on to Nishi's journey of where she, decides that she wants to be assertive, or the fact that, she's around assertive people.
Yes.
And she decides that it's time maybe she also step up again. So, Nishi, over to you.
Okay. So, this, I think it started when I was in school. So I used to have people around me who were quite confident and who were quite assertive. They knew how to take their own decisions and then stand up for themselves. But I was like this person, maybe trying to fit in that group, and I could never come up to that level. So that since then, I have always felt that, I cannot be by myself, basically, like something where I can be independent and then do things just for my sake. So I had lost a lot of self-love. I never had that. And slowly as the years passed by, when I reached college, that was the 11th standard, I was completely alone. So all my friends, they were in the science section and I was the only one in arts. So I had nobody, literally nobody. I was the only one. So the first day was always the most difficult day for me. Like I could never begin. But that day I gained confidence and I could be all alone by myself. And I spent an amazing day. And I still remember it till today. And I still have goosebumps that I get because I gained so much confidence that I am like this right now. So I started my journey from there. So I slowly started gaining confidence, started to speak to people, like talk to them. I was a very timid child. So I used to never talk or, approach people. So that's when I started learning or understanding people, like how do they behave, and also sometimes they also make mistakes, and then stuff like that. So I just kept going on and on and on, and slowly I realized that okay, now the next step would be stand up for myself. And I used to always feel that people would take advantage of me, and then just be like, okay, she's quite innocent, so let's go ahead with it. But then later I slowly realized that, okay, I have to stand up for myself. So maybe once I went to masters, that's where I learned how to stand. And yes, slowly I'm improving my journey to be assertive, try to say no, or try to say that, yes, I can do this. And maybe I need to do more of the things and let others follow me, kind of. At least some kind of an idea I have.
Right. So do you want to tell us about that day where you said that day where you started to become confident, or you got some confidence?
Okay, about that day, since we had to enter the college and my friends went the other direction and I was in the other direction. So I was all alone. That moment I felt so nervous that I didn't know what to do. I couldn't go ahead with the class or whatever. but I made sure that I sat in the class all by myself, and I made friend immediately when I sat there. Like someone just came, they approached and they said, "Hi, what's your name?" and all that. So that gave me a confidence that okay, fine, I can also talk back and I can also make friends. So that was the first thing, and then I met my brother. So he's like, "Don't worry, this college is going to be fun," and he gave me some kind of motivational talks and all that. So because of him, there were other things where, later in college, I got the confidence to sing in front of people. So slowly by slowly, I gained a lot of confidence through college. So that's about it.
Shout out to that friend of yours who came and spoke to you. Yeah. So that was quite a journey where,
Yes.
you decided that you want to be assertive, and then you finally got the confidence saying that, okay, even I can do things that
Yes.
other people do. Now begs the question, is it important? Like, is it necessary that we be assertive people? Or, can we just be who we are and not necessarily be assertive in that sense?
I think we should be assertive because it gives yourself that esteem. I mean that
like
confidence,
a self-esteem, yeah.
like a self-esteem, and also you get that courage to love yourself. Okay, so self-love and having self-confidence are the two things that can have like boom, like you have so much of importance.
Yeah.
Yes. So I think that's the main reason about being assertive.
Yeah, I think what she said is true. Like, I know that many people say we can't be assertive because, my personality is such that I'm an introvert or I'm just a quiet person. But being assertive doesn't mean you need to have a loud voice. It doesn't mean you need to scream and shout. It just means that you need to be firm and confident in what you believe in. So say supposing someone asks you something or asks your opinion about something, you have that confidence to answer. You have the confidence to say, yeah, this is what I want to do, or this is where I want to go, and things like that. So you do not have to change your personality to be assertive.
Yes.
Yes, it's true that there are assertive personality types where people are assertive naturally. But let's just take the word assertive out of the picture and just try to be confident. The self-confidence. If you just build self-confidence, maybe, you're walking up the ladder to be to be assertive in that way, in that sense. So how do we do it? How do we become more confident? How do we build up on our assertiveness?
Okay, I think building confidence is not easy at all. You need a lot of courage. You need that journey is difficult. So how do you reach is basically you can try with your friends or who you're comfortable with. So if they say something where, come out, let's go and hang out. Maybe for that simple thing, you have some other reason that you don't want to go.
Right.
And you can try and say, no, I'm sorry, I cannot go out with you today. Maybe some other time. So it can start with a more explanation that you can give to your friends or whoever you're saying no to. So maybe from that you start gaining confidence. And once you gain confidence, then you can go ahead with, just saying that, sorry, I cannot do it. That's all. Like from the explanation to just to the point.
Right. I agree with you, but I also disagree with you.
Okay.
Because I think what you said is the second step.
All right.
The first step should be, or I think it should be, wherein it's not about saying no to other people, but actually saying no as to, like, I don't want to do it. You convince yourself you don't want to do it. You basically
start from there.
You need to start with yourself, then with other people. Like, for example, if my friend asks me, do I want to go out? I have to make that decision in my head. Do I or do I not? So then the minute I say, okay, I don't want to go out, then I can start working on how to tell that to that person.
True.
Right? How to convey that. I know that the confidence happens in between, where it starts from the decision you make to how you put it out to the person, because that's where you need the confidence. But once you start believing in yourself, and once you have confidence in the decision you're making for yourself, I think it becomes more easier to put it across to other people.
That's true.
And then, you say you don't want to go out, and you just need to believe that, or you just need to tell yourself that no matter what that person thinks about me not wanting to go out, it doesn't matter.
True.
I don't want to go out. So I think that is what builds confidence, or that can help build confidence in yourself. And yeah, just not be confused with your decisions. You make a decision, stick to it, because you need to stand up for yourself before you stand up for other people. And I think that is what being assertive means. Any other ways in which you can build confidence?
I think, like as you said, self-love. So that could be the reason.
Yeah.
Maybe slowly, once you start doing it with your closed ones, then you can start applying that thing with others who you actually want to express your feelings, or what do you want to stand up for. So maybe that way you can have like some kind of a process, and you can try and be assertive.
Right. Yeah. Okay, now we heard Nishi's story.
Yes.
And we heard how, she's on this journey from being timid to being assertive, and it's working out great for her because she's got this new self-confidence and it's amazing and everything. Now let's hear like a flip story.
Okay.
Wherein, I would consider myself assertive. Yeah? You agree? So now let's hear like a story from my side, what it feels like to be assertive.
Okay.
So, like I said, there is a very thin line between being assertive and being aggressive. And I'm the type of person who will think twice about what I'm saying, but it does not come across like I am thinking twice as to what I'm saying.
Okay.
So it would seem rude, maybe. So I don't think I am in that assertive column, but I don't think I'm aggressive. I think I'm like in between where I cannot just go on one side. I'm like trying to be assertive, trying not to be aggressive, but I'm in both. So when I say no to somebody, like for anything, if I do not want to do something and I say no, then it is not aggressive at first.
Yes.
But when the person doesn't understand, I think that's where I say, okay, I need to stop you from just talking. I need to say no. And you need to get the fact that I'm saying no. Or something like that. But yes, being assertive comes with like confidence. And confidence isn't easy for anybody. Even there are times where I don't feel confident. But, those are the times where it's more of self-confidence, more of like confidence to do a certain task. So I don't think that applies to being assertive. There's a lot of confusion when it comes to being assertive. But yeah, I try my best to say no. I try my best to put my point across, stand up for myself, and that has been great, I think. But on the flip side, people tend to label you as a loner, or label you as an aggressive person, someone you cannot get close to. Like, for example, Nishi here, never, like, the first time she saw me, and this is not only Nishi, but a lot of people, the first time they see you, they kind of, like, the first time they see me, they say to me, you're scary. I don't want to get close to you. And things like that. So that, like, even my mother gets the same thing. So maybe it's like a passed down trait. But, yeah. So a lot of people, like, being assertive can come with this negative outlook on yourself. Like, people look at you and say, she doesn't want to do this. She doesn't want to do anything. She thinks too much. She thinks too much of herself, or she's too proud, or all of those things.
Okay.
Yeah. So it can be bad for some people who do not like to be alone, and who like to mix around with people, but everyone runs away from them. I'm thankful that I am more of an introvert like 2-3 people around me, and that's fine.
Mhm.
But it can be bad for some people who want a lot of people, and becomes difficult for them because then they have to kind of shut down or dim their assertiveness in order to mingle around with people.
Mhm.
Thoughts?
True. That's actually true. Like I the way she has said it, I think it's something that everyone thinks about her.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of
Yeah.
that.
So if there are people who are assertive, just know that what you're doing is good for you, and it's good that you're confident with yourself. It's good that you're confident with the decisions that you're making, and that you're standing up for yourself. But make sure that you're not hurting anyone in the process.
Hmm.
Make sure that you're not being rude. You're not being aggressive, basically.
Yes. And also, maybe you should always try to accept your mistakes.
Yeah.
So that is also one part of being assertive.
Yeah.
Like
Except
even
when you're wrong.
you're being assertive, you're supposed to accept that okay, even you can make mistakes.
Mhm.
So that's how you can say. And I usually have this one mantra that I keep doing. So whenever I stand in front of the mirror, I say to myself that I am confident. So in that case, I tried slowly to build in confidence,
Yeah.
and I got the courage to talk to people.
Like positive self-talk
Yes.
and mirror talk and all of that.
Yes.
Also, I just realized that just because you're assertive doesn't mean you're a natural leader. You do not have to take a stand for everything. You do not have to take a stand in your group. You do not have to be the leader of your group.
Mhm.
You can let someone else do it. If you are assertive, then make sure you're listening to every single person's voice,
Yes.
because that is important. And to people who are not yet assertive, and I say not yet is because you have the opportunity to be, if you want to
Mhm.
be more assertive, if you want to say, if you want your voice to be heard, then to all these people, you just need to have faith in yourself, just have confidence in yourself, and build up on that confidence.
Mhm.
Talk to yourself in the mirror. Wake up in the morning and say, this is a good day. Today I'm going to do well. Today I'm going to talk. Today I'm going to tell so and so what they need to hear.
Yes.
Today I'm going to say no. Today I'm whatever you want to do. You wake up in the morning and you do this. It's like yoga. It's good for your health. Do it. But yeah, those are the two things I want to say to people who are assertive and not yet assertive.
Yay. That was a nice one though. Yes.
Okay, so I think
Yep.
with that, since Nishi has nothing else to say,
Yep.
and since I'm done, with that we shall end this podcast, this episode. To all the misfits out there, people who are feeling assertive, you guys are misfits. People who are not assertive, you guys are misfits too. And these podcasts are for you guys. So I hope that they are of some help and they can motivate you in some way. Because look, I mean, she's here, I'm here, we're both here, and things can work out in the end. So
True.
I hope this episode helps you all, and we'll see y'all next time.
Yes. Follow us on Instagram, follow us on YouTube and Spotify.
Yep.
Thank you.
Bye.